normally I black post these videos, but I decided to show this photo that I took from what is basically the very end of chapter 3. Um, Also, there is no initial review because I started the game in, I think, August 2020. I did a live stream on my Twitch. I don't know how that works, especially since it's my brother's Twitch. So, yeah. Anyway, middle review. Danganronpa, another episode, Altered Despair Girls. Herefore referred to as Altered Despair Girls. It's fantastic. Like, when I played, this is the first Danganronpa that I played, I knew nothing about the story of the main games because this is a spin-off. And I got to, like, basically the end of chapter 2. And I only gave up because I went a long time without saving, and then I died, and lost basically all my progress, and I just went screw it. But anyway, when I beat the first chapter boss, and actually before you do the boss, but the first boss is like, his dialogue is fantastic. Like, it would work even outside of Danganronpa because it was like, he's talking about how he hates the beatings and the smell of alcohol. So basically, his dad would get really drunk and start beating him, and that's why he went insane. And that's just top tier writing. Like, Jesus, it's so good. Not the fact that a child's getting beaten, but just, like, outsiders would look at the game and think, this is crap, it's too weird to have anything so special, and yet it does. This is why I love Danganronpa. This is why I love dark things that present themselves as childish, like WandaVision, right? That's what I love about WandaVision. It's really dark, but it presents itself as a sitcom. It presents itself as Modern Family. But it's not Modern Family. It's Danganronpa. And then the second boss, which I only played a couple days ago for the first time, he was wearing a mask the entire time because his mum said that he was so ugly. If anyone looked at his face, their eyeballs would explode. Right? But once you beat him, they take his mask off. And, right, there's no way I can say this without being called both gay and a pedophile. But he isn't ugly at all. He's the complete opposite. So it's just his mum being the worst parent ever. Well, nowhere near the worst, but still an extremely bad parent. And the third boss, who is the first woman, she's had it rougher than the last two combined. Her mum was a prostitute, and she had this sort of package deal where you could have sex with her and her, I don't know how old daughter. I'm just gonna say newborn daughter. Like, have sex with the mum and her just out of the hospital baby. And just, like, it's just, I can't really say anything without repeating myself, but you get my point. And as for this is the opposite of child porn thing here. The context of it is that this character is, I think, 13, maybe. And she has been kidnapped by the third chapter boss, who is, I'm going to say, 8. Um, the one that was raped. And she like ties her to this coffin and gets a bunch of hands, like those hand pointers that teachers would have, like tie them into a machine, to get all the pointers to grope her. Because all the children want revenge against every single adult, and by adult they're talking like 13 onwards. Because I don't know how many adults are responsible, but it's going to be less than, like, say, it's going to be less than 100, right? Because of all the men that had sex with the first chapter's boss. Yeah. And because of that, because of those, how many men, or how many adults ruined their lives, were the worst parents ever. They want revenge against every single adult. And the thing is that that's not terrible writing, because that is what a child would do. And they don't mean every parent, they mean every adult. Right? They're going after all the adults first, or all the parents first, but they will kill every, even every virgin adult. Not that they would know that they're, not that they would even know that they're a parent, but yeah. I've probably wasted everything that I could say for the end review.